Hi, I'm Richard from ITS TV, and this is the Dewalt DCN660N, which is the body-only version of this very impressive cordless, brushless 18-volt lithium-ion finishing nailer from Dewalt. Being a body-only makes it perfect if you've already got any of the Dewalt XR lithium-ion batteries. Perfect addition to your kit, so you don't need to spend extra money on a battery or a charger or indeed a case. If you've already got those things, then body-only is certainly the way to go. So let's have a look at the nailer itself. It joins part of the impressive XR lithium-ion range. So it's 18 volt, so any of the 18 volt lithium-ion XR batteries will be compatible, be it 2 amp hour, 4 amp hour, 5 amp, or any of the ones that Dewalt introduce in the future. Straight away when picking it up, you can see that it is much smaller and far lighter. It's a kilogram lighter than the predecessor model, the DC660. And because it's so much lighter, you're going to find it far easier to be holding this and working with this all day out on site. So let's chuck a battery on it and see what it's capable of. Straight away down by the battery compartment, you can see that we've got a joystick or a belt clip that can be attached to the right or left hand side depending on what handed you are. Then we've got our switch here to let you switch between sequential or bump feed. So just to give you an idea of what they are, sequential, if you have that on the single nail icon there, sequential, that means that you need to compress the head when firing as well as pull the trigger. Or you switch that over to bump feed, which basically means you hold down the trigger and each and every time you bump the head, you're going to fire a nail. So if you're doing lots and lots of nails in one job, then that's the best way to work. And then above there, we're onto our motor. Now, the reason that this can be so small is because we've got a brushless motor in here. So nothing touches each other, which means that we're not generating heat and friction. That has several benefits. First of all, it means we're going to get slightly more power out of our battery, so the capacities are slightly more increased, slightly more efficient. And also, because there are no touching moving parts, your motor isn't getting damaged over time. So the servicing costs, the running costs are down, and your motor is going to last a lot longer into its lifetime. So you're going to be able to use this time and time again without any damage to the motor whatsoever. Just on the other side, we've got our depth adjuster, which is just this rolling switch here, and we've got a little illustration telling you whereabouts, what depth it is you're working at, so you can adjust it or making sure that it's nice and consistent for the job you're working on. Back over to the other side, we all know that one of the big problems with a nailer is jams. We've got two ways of dealing with that on this model. If the jam is within the motor housing, you can pull this back and that just releases your cartridge. Pull it back in, that re-engages it, so you're ready to go again straight after. Or if you're working away and you encounter any foreign objects in the material that you're working on and it damages your nail and leaves it in here, you can just flick that back in one movement, get rid of the broken nail, get rid of the busted nail, reconnect that, and within 2-3 seconds you're back up running again. With regards to specifications on this model, it's a 16 gauge model, so 16 gauge nails, ranging from 32mm all the way up to 63mm of nail that this is compatible with. And our magazine here that is at a 20-degree angle at the front will take 120 nails, so there's plenty to be working with throughout your job. So that's near enough it. One final little quirk that Dewalt have managed to include in this model is you'll see that it's got a nearly flat head, which enables you to do what a lot of people like doing with their nailers on site, and that's leave them that way round so the handle is nice and easy to get to. So there you go, that's the features and benefits of this particular model. But like I said, this is the Dewalt DCN660N, which means it's a body-only version. It's not coming supplied with any batteries or charger or case. It's solely the body on its own. So it's the perfect way to build on an already existing kit.